Okay, I went through a bunch, skipped a lot because it's stuff that you repeat and, your little fundraising garbage. This right here, this kind of is funny to me. Your fun fact about your 16-year-old sister having her first baby while running from the police, 9 months pregnant, running through the woods, jumping over logs and ditches, and her water breaks. She sat down and waited for the cops to catch up with her, had her baby while handcuffed to a gurney. Now, anywhere, I cannot. They first of all, she was 16 years old. There was no police. She was not running through the woods, and I verified that with my sister because there's a photograph of my mom and myself and Martha. We were living in Tampa at the time. We went to see your sister. See your sister. No, your sister was. I'm sorry. I was thinking of her daughter when her daughter was born. Well, that's what I'm talking about, isn't it? Okay, well, she that's not true. I discussed this, and she thought it was crazy that you would even write such a thing. But that's just how you are. You make it up as you go along, but that's not true. And I'm sure any nurse or anyone else around that's worked in maternity could not imagine themselves handcuffing a 16-year-old girl to a gurney because of, you don't even state why they were chasing her, which they weren't. And I can't imagine when I was 9 months pregnant, I could have jumped over anything. I couldn't even see my feet. They just don't make no sense whatsoever, okay? You can call us what, and you call us what? Call a white trash story. You're so proud. You're so proud. Well, you go ahead and be proud, because I'm not trash, honey. I'm not trash at all. And let's see, you said multiple, and you blamed that on me, just like our aunt, though. She married most. I can't even justify any of that. No, if she got married multiple times, God bless her. Maybe she'll get the right one. We all make mistakes, and none quite like you have. But you say that like that's such a terrible thing. Unlike you, who just moved in with men who were married to someone else. Unlike you, who just slept with men who wasn't even 18 years old. Unlike you, who just went out there and had 2-in-1 specials going on with your big mouth. And you know what I'm talking about, so does most everyone else. Unlike you, who was just straight out of whore. Isn't that something? And you're going to be judgmental of those of us who actually get married. Ain't that something? Ain't you something? You're not even a pot calling kettle black, because there ain't no comparison to you. None. Not a lick. Okay, let's see. We ain't gonna talk about. I'm not gonna discuss anything about, your sister's life, because I really couldn't tell. I wasn't. And that's you just bad mouthing more family. And again, stories I can't say anything about because I don't know. I'm scrolling through, y'all, and I apologize for taking up the time to do so. But you talk about your younger sister. I'm gonna tell you something. I wish I would have, the time and energy that was devoted to you should have went to her, because she was the youngest and the most hurt by everything. She was the one at home through anything that I don't even know. I hope someday she'll sit down with me, and my heart breaks because I wasn't there for her, and it makes me even madder that you're out here doing this and taking even more away from them. So, all I can say is you something, and it is not special, okay? And she did not have multiple babies with multiple men. It's that you're a classic story of a person raised in an abusive home. Well, ain't you the psychiatrist? No, she did not. Her babies belonged to the one. And, again, just you trying to make yourself look better. That's all you're doing. Let's see. Yeah, you try to be a psychiatrist in this, and I just don't want to. Can't even hear it. Talk about you can't have children. Well, that's not a medical fact. In fact, I believe it. Truly, I remember coming down, you had just married Steve, and there was a point where I looked at my mother and thought you were, I just knew you were pregnant because of the, call it whatever you want, but you had this look about you, a glow about you, which is very rare on you. And I believe that you miscarried. That's what I believe, but I don't think you knew what happened. And, mom just, she just didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but she was relieved because she knew that she knew more about you than the rest of us. Now, I've learned a lot since I learned a lot during the time I was with her at the hospital, but I've learned a great deal more since she passed, but I can see why she didn't want you to have children, and I understand it very well now. Maybe I didn't then, and who knows? I don't know. Truly, I don't know, but I know it wasn't a medical fact. In fact, like I said, but anyway, let's move on. That's just my opinion, by the way, and it's pretty good on target. In my opinion, that is the fact that I feel is true, and you can't confirm it or deny because you really, bless your heart, you just didn't know. Now, you just didn't understand, and I can understand that. You wouldn't have. Anyhow, let me move on. I'm trying to get through. It's only, it wasn't that big of a book, but I'm trying to go through it as we talk because when I get ahead of myself. Okay, here we are. I tell you what, I'm going to stop right here at the 6-minute mark, or 7, so that I can devote just the real thing on the birth of you, because this is where we're going right now. We're there. So here we go.